I have never been solo camping before. I've always wanted to go solo camping. It seems like a lot of fun. And I just spent this last weekend in Joshua Tree and I was like, you know what? I just want some zen. I just want to go out and have a good time and just like be in some silence, in some beautiful scenery. And I thought, why not just book a campsite and head to Joshua Tree just for a night, just for like one night and see if I can do it. Being a woman is so hard. Like, we have to worry about getting murdered. Do dudes have to worry about that too? Like, this is the biggest concern. Every time I tell someone that I want to go solo camping, they're like, but is it safe? Like, is it safe for you to go? Just because I have a vagina does not mean I'm not gonna go do things. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna go solo camping just for one night. I wanna see if I can do it. I can do it. I know I can do it, right? I do have a plan. Since this is my first solo camping trip, I am not gonna camp in a tent. I'm not gonna camp in a tent because I know myself and I think I just wouldn't be able to sleep. So I have decided I'm going to car camp. I've been wanting to test out car camping anyways. I did just buy a camping mattress for my car. So let's go see. It's right here. It's right here. I'm excited. Here it is. So I got this off of Amazon. It was pretty well reviewed. It said it would fit my Model Y. I saw that this one was, I think, $77, but there was like a 30%, my cat is here, what? Obi, no, I'm trying to make a video. This mattress was, I think, regular $77, which is a really pretty good price, but there was a 30% off coupon, which ended up making this about $54 and some change. Let me know in the comments if you want a link to this. It should fit, it looks pretty cool. It even has like cup holder, like what? But I'm actually gonna do it. I'm kind of shocked that I'm actually gonna do it, that I'm gonna have the tools. So I'm excited and I'm gonna take you along with me. So let's get going. All right, here we go. I'm really excited for this trip, like super excited. The only thing I'm kind of bummed about is that I'm not gonna get there until the sun is pretty much setting. So that is sort of the unfortunate part. But my friends are super supportive, women supporting women, but my fiance is absolutely nervous as shit. I've shared my location with him. I think it's gonna go great. I have decided to stick to the plan and go to Indian Cove Campground in Joshua Tree. It's one of the campgrounds I have camped at the most. So I am very comfortable there. I think I have to charge when I get there because I'm using camp mode on my car, on my Tesla for the first time. So I wanna make sure I have a full charge or at least be at least over 50% because by the time I get there, I'll be at about 36%. So I'll charge for about 10 to 15 minutes just so I can use my camp mode really comfortably. The hilarious part about this is that although my fiance is really upset that I'm going alone, it seems like he's also upset he's not going to be able to experience the camp mode for the first time, but c'est la vie. So yeah, let's see how this goes. All right, guys, I'll keep you updated. There was such an insane amount of traffic going from Orange County to Joshua Tree, and it took me longer than expected. It took me well over 2.5. I think it took me at least 3 hours to get there, which is so much more than it normally does. But I told myself, hey, stay calm. You're finally in Joshua Tree. It's time to relax. I just figured I would pop in. I'm going into Indian Cove Campground right now. It is so unfortunately like 8:30 p.m. I had to charge a little bit because I knew I was going to use camp mode. And I just hope like nobody's at my campsite. It looked pretty empty with bookings and stuff like that. So I am hopeful, but I'm telling myself that although there was tons of traffic, we are going to make the best of it. See how this goes. Eek! Solo camping! Here we go! The moment I stepped out of my car, I felt immediately better. I had finally arrived. I didn't have as much anxiety as I thought I would since I was out there alone. I just was glad I was finally there. The first thing I did was start a campfire. It was really important for me to focus on the task at hand. I was really vigilant of my surroundings. It was completely dark, but all I thought was, just do what you normally do. Start the campfire, set up camp, and everything will be great. You might be wondering, what's this thing lighting up my campsite? It's the Devos Outdoors kind of pole light that I can just stake into the ground. It's really amazing. It's rechargeable and keeps the bugs up and away from camp, and it just works so well. It's one of my most favorite camping gadgets, and I've actually had people come up to me at camp and go, hey, what is that? So if you'd like to know more about it, definitely leave me a comment and I'll give you the link. It's always good when you're camping solo to do a bit of a pulse check at the campground. I noticed that the campground was pretty empty since it was midweek, and there was also another solo camper a couple sites down, and I could see a few other groups across the valley. But other than that, it felt like I had the boulders all to myself, which honestly was so nice. I had this exhilarating, silly little feeling that when solo camping, time is all mine. Basking and being outside, it's all mine. And I just so enjoyed the peace. It was all for me, and it was exactly what I needed. Even though it was late, around 9 p.m., I didn't rush dinner. I didn't have anywhere I needed to be or an alarm to set for tomorrow. So even though it was well past 9 p.m. at this point, I took my sweet time cooking. With me doing more of these quick camping trips, one of my new favorite things is to go to Sprouts and get one of their one-pan meals. Tonight, I decided to make their chicken stir-fry. This cute mint green stove by Eureka is notoriously popular online for outdoors lovers, and I have to say, it's worth the hype. Not only is it super cute, but the double burners and the wind guards have never done me wrong. Also, they have great customer service, but that's a story for a different time, but trust me, this is a great stove. Once my food was cooked, I finally took some time to enjoy the campfire. I thought about how I had made it and enjoyed the crackling sounds and looked around into the valley and could see all the stars and the moon and just thought, I did it! I friggin' did it! Here I am, solo woman camper. Now it was time to set up my bed. I used my little battery-powered air pump to fill up the mattress, and honestly, I was pretty impressed with the quality. For being a generic, cheap car camping mattress, it was all I needed and ended up being pretty comfortable. Now for the cozy part, I took advantage of the space and used my double-sized sleeping bag, threw in a pillow, and set up some fairy lights for ambiance. How cute is this? Home sweet home for the night. Time to test out camping mode. At night, the temperature was still around 78 degrees in the desert, and I knew the high for the next day was going to be well over 80 degrees. So with my car at 55% battery, I set my inside temperature to a comfortable 74 degrees. Once set, this adorable little camping screensaver appears, and it does eventually turn off in a few minutes, but it was really cute to kind of cozy up to that for the night. I don't even know if this will come out, but I've got my lights, got my camp mode. Oh, I love this. Good night, Joshua Tree. See you in the morning. I woke up a little after 6 a.m. to catch the glow of the sunrise. And honestly, Joshua Tree is the prettiest at sunrise. 10 out of 10 recommend if you can go and take a glimpse. I made it. My first time solo camping. I made it to the morning. Yay! I slowly woke up and meandered around camp, basking in the cooler temperatures before the sun made it over the top of the boulders. You could already tell it was going to be a hot one. I had big plans to head into the park for the day, but I wasn't in a rush. Time for the most important moment of the morning. Coffee. There's something about making a cup of coffee while camping. I love the whole process. I boiled my water using an MSR stove, and I have some of this instant coffee with creamer left over from my Yosemite backpacking trip, and I actually really like it. I got it from REI. It's so simple to make and actually tastes great. Someday I want to be one of those obnoxious people who has a super fancy camping coffee setup, but for now, this will do me just fine. I did feel a little bit calmer with the sun out because now I could see everything around me, which made me feel safer. As it neared 8 a.m., it was already starting to get warm and I was shedding layers. Friendly reminder, be sure to check the weather report for any camping trip so you can be prepared for any heat or extreme weather conditions, and in this case, it was mid-October in Joshua Tree and it was still hot, hot, hot.
Nothing too crazy for breakfast. I just reheated my stir-fry leftovers from the night before and added a few eggs. Nothing fancy. I took advantage of the campsite by climbing the boulders to enjoy my cup of coffee and just bask in the rest of the morning and the wonderful breeze and the views while I had it. So this is solo camping, huh? I think I like it. I mean, it doesn't get better than this for a campground, right? With the valley so quiet, it made my mind feel quiet too. And I just so needed that. It's been such a peaceful trip, and it also showed me I don't have to be afraid of going out by myself, but it's always good to be prepared. So here are the tips I followed while going on my first solo camping trip as a woman. Number 1, I camped somewhere I was familiar with. I know where the nearest town and the ranger station is and the layout of the campground. 2, I kept my eyes open. Even at night, I stayed aware of my surroundings and who was nearby. 3, I communicated to my friends and family. I gave them my itinerary and texted when I had service. 4, I set up 2 camping chairs around the campfire. I saw this tip on TikTok and thought it was pretty clever. It makes onlookers think there's someone else with you. 5, I kept a pocket knife on me for protection. 6, camping in my car added some extra security for my first solo camping trip. Locked doors is always nice. Alright, time to pack up and get ready for a day solo hiking in Joshua Tree National Park.
Said I'm a know-it-all, you made me want to scream and threw herself on the floor. She's antisocial, antisocial, she's an angel, yeah.
Another favorite for camping trips is this Jackery portable battery. I can charge all of my electronics, including my laptop, camera gear, and of course my phone. It's just always nice to have as a backup. This campsite has bathrooms and dumpsters and also bins to throw away your empty propane tanks, which is super nice to have. But if you want to learn about all the details about this campground, be sure to check out my previous video on why I think this is the best campground in Joshua Tree. I'll be sure to link it below in the description and also above. This spot was truly a gem for my first solo camping trip. Time to prepare for the day. Stay hydrated, filling up my water bottles and chugging some for the day. I was already sweating. And most importantly, I made another cup of coffee for the road. Thank you, Indian Cove Campground, for being the perfect solo camping spot.
Got all my stuff. I think I'm ready to get going. That's a good spot.
It's time to go! I had some spots I wanted to check out, including some hikes I had never been to before.
I said settle down, everything is fine. Take your eyes off the floor. She said no, I'm not.
I just love the cruise into Joshua Tree National Park. Even if you're not hiking, just driving through the park is so magnificent. Perfect vibes for sure. First stop, Keys View, a stunning viewpoint that can easily get overlooked when visiting Joshua Tree, although it's super easy to get to. After, I took my time driving around the park, taking this dirt road past Barker Dam Trail, and parked for some snacks and a view, taking it all in. There were some moments when I would go to these secluded areas that if I saw a car coming, I would get spooked, but overall stayed calm and kept moving if I didn't feel comfortable in one spot too long. I feel like in my first solo camping / hiking experience that it's just important to listen to your gut. If you don't feel comfortable, then leave. There's no harm in it and it's better to be safe. To round out the day, I did this easy Hidden Valley 1-mile loop trail. It's not normally a trail I'd go for, but since I was alone, I wanted to choose a popular easy trail to try for my first solo experience. Considering it was so short, it really did offer some great views, and I thoroughly enjoyed this trail.
Okay, did a little hike at Hidden Valley Trail, which is honestly a gem. I look so so haggard from camping. Oh well. It was a really good hike. It was hot, but solid loop. But I think I have wrapped up my solo camping trip, solo Joshua Tree day. I feel brave. I can't wait to do another solo camping trip. Maybe where it's a little cooler, maybe to the woods. We'll see, but I thoroughly enjoyed sleeping in my car and just exploring Joshua Tree. It's been 10 out of 10.
I loved this self-care outdoorsy trip. It was just one night, just enough time for me to warm up to the solo camping experience, and I can't wait to plan the next one. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. It's one of my big New Year's goals, so let's get at it. Hopefully I'm going to be adding a ton more videos this year. I'm just so excited for this channel.
And remember, no risk, no magic. Catch you in the next one.